How you doing, Interblop friends? On here, along with Salad and our good buddy Yertle the Turtle, for another episode of I Played a Thing, Demon Souls. And the reason I'm kicking off here with Yurt today is that I forgot to talk to him twice last time, and I do believe he has another line. So let's get that squared away first and foremost.
What is it? I have no business with you. Not yet. Do not be concerned. Life is hardly as precious as one might think.
Well, that's not ominous or anything. Yep, if we didn't already know Yurt was up to no good, that would be an excellent sign of it right there. Now then, last time we took down two bosses in the Tower of Latria, the ever-pain-in-the-ass man-eaters, and the old monk. Now, if I recall correctly, I did not actually trade away the soul of the old monk just yet. And the reason for that is I wanted to check out the thing that we could get for him from Blacksmith Ed. So I'm going to head over there real quick and I will rejoin you shortly. Here we are. Eduardo, what you got to show us today? What we can do with the soul of the old monk, the yellow demon soul, is to upgrade a catalyst into the insanity catalyst. A catalyst wrapped in yellow cloth. Born from the soul of the demon old monk, this weapon sends the user into madness, wildly increasing magical power. However, it halves the user's maximum MP. If you cannot see what lies ahead, use it. So although this does cut your MP in half, as it says, it will increase the effectiveness of your spells a great deal. And so if you're going to turn into an ultimate magic murder machine in Demon Souls, in addition to all the various things you can stack to amplify your magic, you will want to cast with this as well. But I am not being a caster at this point in my life, so I'm gonna roll on back and trade it into one of the spell teachers. Oh, also I could get the Needle of Eternal Agony made from the mixed Demon Soul of the Man-Eater, but as I talked about last episode, the Needle of Eternal Agony is garbage, so I'm not going to bother, especially because I would have to make it from a +7 weapon. The the item description, rather, is not too interesting anyway. If I recall correctly, it just says something about it having to do with the divided nature of the Man-Eater, with its snake part and gargoyle part. And here we are, back at the location of our good buddy Frick.
Bravo! Thank you. Let me. I am 1 hour.
Since I am not playing online and don't have to worry about Black Phantom invaders, Banish would not be particularly helpful, and the spell Yuria could give us for this, which is Soul Thirst, is not terribly useful. So the only thing that really makes much sense here is moving Soul Arrow, although I probably won't use that much either, especially since it takes up 2 magic slots. But we'll pick it up. And we're still hanging on to the Penetrator's Soul, and I think I'm going to give that to Light Weapon. Mainly because, well, you know what, yeah, we're gonna go with that, because that only takes up 2 magic slots, Cursed Weapon takes up 3, and I just don't see myself getting that many extra magic slots to be able to carry that and Warding, which I don't want to give up. So we'll go ahead and do Light Weapon for that. Let's see, we got anything else to trade while we're here? Did I give away the Dragon Demon Soul yet? Yes, I did. I got Firestorm for that. That's right.
Bring me more. I pick.
Oh, I'm sure our business isn't quite done yet, Frick. Now, something else I was going to do here. Because the Needle of Eternal Agony is rubbish, and I won't be creating it, and it's the only thing you can do with the Mixed Demon Soul, I'm just going to eat that. And that should be enough for a level, I think.
Thou seekest then soul of the mind.
Indeed it is. Now, what shall we do with that?
Drawn from its vessel. Let strength
I'm gonna bump endurance again, I think.
might be mended. Art thou the main?
I sure am done. What we could do at this point, I believe we should be ready for Pure White in Latria, after killing all the bosses there, and it appears we are. However, I don't really feel like running right back into Latria, so we're gonna put that on the back burner for now. If we have time left over at the end of the episode, I may do that, but for now, I just feel more like doing a level. So we are gonna head on to our final Artstone. And we're going to do 5-1. At the Artstone of Achievement, we will be led to the Valley of Defilement. This damp valley is the resting place of those who have been thrown away, covered in putrid matter, overtaken by poison and disease. Those awaiting death attack anyone who may wander in. Actually, before we go in, what spells do I have set up? Just total protection. That won't do. Let me fix that real quick. I'm gonna put Soul Ray in there, I think.
I can't have. Thank you.
Yeah, that's more expensive than Soul Arrow, but I don't use them all that much anyway. That will do nicely.
Bring me more. I pay.
Also, I should fix my hotbar, because I think I took most of the things off of that for the man-eater fight, and it does look like I did. So, we will get that fixed as well. Hey, where's my crescent? There we go. I knew I had some of that. Widow's Lotus would not be a terrible idea here, because the Valley of Defilement is one of the rare parts of the game where plague can actually be a consideration. And what shall we do with our last slot? Well, just to simplify life a little bit, I think I'll leave that open for now. Alright. Off we go to the Valley of Defilement. Welcome to the VOD. One of the most memorable comments I've heard about the Valley of Defilement is, "It made me wish HD hadn't been invented." And I think that's a pretty good summary of the place. Yes, this is the OG Grody level. The Gutter and Blighttown were very much children of this area. And for my money, this is still the grodiest Grody level of them all. It's just a nasty, miserable place from stem to stern. And we will see plenty of that as we proceed inward. Something that I'm not going to take advantage of, except for maybe the boss, is that just about everything in the Valley of Defilement is weak to fire. A few things aren't, but really the vast majority of things don't take too well to being burned here. Which I suppose makes sense. You know, fire cauterizes, it sterilizes, it cleanses. So in a very defiled and filthy place, there's a certain logic to that, I suppose. And here is our bread and butter enemy for the Valley of Defilement, the Depraved. This I think, is supposed to be someone who was once a normal person, but the filth and disease of the valley turned them into this. With its big old lolling tongue, and its jolly nod. The Depraved like to play dead, and you cannot actually target them while they're playing dead. You have to trigger them to get up. I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of them. Nope, sometimes a corpse is just a corpse. Now what happens if I go down there? I don't remember terribly well. Something to remember about the VOD is that there are plenty of places to fall to your death. That is always a fairly major concern around here. Well, with all the rickety pathways and what have you. I've got a bridge over there. Oh, I just got some attention. like he doesn't completely have a way up here. Is he gonna be dumb? Is he gonna fall? You know what? Stab yourself right off that cliff. Keep stabbing, you're almost there. You're almost... Oh, you're levitating, dude! Wow. He has got some sure feet. I am genuinely impressed. Oh, can I even go back up here? That's a negative. So hopefully whatever was down that hole isn't too important. Oh well. There's always the distinct possibility that I will die here and have to deal with that again. Thus have another opportunity. With the depraved with their big fiery spears, you do of course have to worry about fire damage, but for my money they are usually less dangerous than the standard kind. Because the standard kind... Oh, okay, I can just come back around this way. Cool. The standard kind has a shove attack, which is very good at pushing you off ledges, even through your guard. The shield doesn't really help with it. Okay, this has a ramp going back up here. Good. Bear with me, I'm just getting my my sea legs back here. The Valley of Defilement is not particularly complex as layouts go. I'm going back to the Artstone. That's no good. It's not particularly complex as layouts go, but the very thrown together nature of it and sort of the chaotic way everything is laid out can make it a little confusing at times. Okay, so far so good. You are not a ragdoll corpse, so you are probably going to stand up after I walk by. No? Well, takes a little while for them to really ramp up the dead players, I guess. Whoop, what was that? Oh, hi. You're a dead player. So's your friend there. Anyone coming up from behind? No. As you can see, they're not the most resilient creatures ever. If I had a decently upgraded dragon weapon, I would probably be one-shotting them with it. Which, you know, could be nice. But I really think my pointy poker here will be sufficient. Now, do I want to go down that way, or do I want to fall off there and get the shiny? If I go this way, is it reversible? Yes, there is a ladder. Good. So we'll see what's here first of all. Before we go committing to any gravity that we can't easily undo. Can't remember if you can actually hit them when they're playing dead, or if there's just absolutely nothing you can do about it until they get up. Not at all sure. Oh, that's the same shiny there, so it looks like I have a path to it from here as well. I think. Got a bunch of depraved fellas here, coming in from all directions. Except behind me. Oh, shit. Got careless. And that two-handed thing the one was trying to do there... Oh, hello. That, I believe, is the shove. I don't recall that it hurts much. In fact, it may not hurt at all. But again, it's a real good way to fall. One handy thing about the depraved is, as long as they're not making, or rather playing dead, they tend to make a fair amount of noise. You can hear their gasps and groans as they approach. There's another one. No, nothing of interest up here. Okay. We will continue along our way. And I believe here If I were to walk across this roof, I would plunge in to the area below it, which, if memory serves, is not death. In fact, there is a treasure there. But if I don't have to do that, I don't see why I should. Yes, besides, there's another treasure over here. Okay, we've got a spearman here. Wasn't really watching my health, but I believe if I block that, it does do a bit of chip damage because the purple flame shield doesn't have 100% fire defense. But it will be minor. Lovely spiders or ticks or whatever the hell they are on the wall here. Not moving, so perhaps they're dead. One hopes. There are some shortcuts scattered around the VOD, mostly which involve pushing planks over. They can be a little hard to recognize because there aren't any obvious tells like torches or anything showing you where they are. But I think I just remembered that this is in fact one of them, leading to that treasure over there. Let's see if I'm correct on that point. Also, there's stuff down there that I will have to keep in mind. Almost walked off the cliff there. Not a recommended course of action. Let's see if I can give this a thump and knock it over. Oh, that's right, we don't hit it, we just do the use command. Okay, very good. And that gets us a talisman. Not bad. And a couple of Widow's Lotuses. As I've mentioned, this is one of the few places in the game where plague can be a consideration, aside from that one black phantom with the baby's nail. And in fact, there's really only one enemy in this part of the Valley of Defilement that is a plague risk, but any plague risk is a plague risk worthy of paying attention to. Because plague, in addition to being the Demon Soul's equivalent of toxic, which is to say a rapid health debuff, or rapid health drain, I should say, not really a debuff, not only is that the case, it also cuts your healing in half. Any healing item you use while plagued will only give you 50% of what it normally does, which makes it even harder to keep up with the rapid life drain. So it's just a good time all around. If I go this way, will I be missing things? Yeah, I feel like the drop-down had some goodies for me. Let me clear this part out. And then we will backtrack a wee bit. And handle that. Yeah, remember what I said about the weakness to fire? One shot of the lava bow actually did more damage than a spear thrust from me. So the lava bow is actually really nice here. Okay, let's see, what was I doing? Oh yes, I was going to go down there. Let's see if I can avoid falling in, though. So if I fall right down in the middle, I want to say there's some kind of threat to me there. We will just creep off the overhang here and go down that way. Okay, no immediate danger. I felt pretty sure there was some depraved here somewhere, but maybe they just haven't popped up from playing dead yet, or something of that nature. Being nice and thorough here, I won't get everything, I'm sure, but we do want to pick up as many treasures as we can, even when they're very, very minor ones like that. And nothing else here, it looks like. Maybe I was thinking of somewhere else where the floor gives way. Oh, no, there's just a hole in it. Still no depraved creeping around. I'm a little bit surprised about that. Were they trying to lure me with shitty grass? Oh, I hear something. Yep, we must have dudes down there. Oh, yep, I see one now. So we will lock onto them, make them easy to deal with when we do drop in. Oh yeah, quite a few of them here. This is starting to look a little more familiar to me now. Ring of Magical Dullness, eh? I don't think anyone can come up after me right now, so we can take a quick look at that. Contrary to the Ring of Magical Sharpness, which increases your magic power, lowers your magic defense, this decreases your magic power, increases your magic defense. A soft ring bearing a light green seal. Made by Jerry, friend of Sage Frake the Visionary, who is known for his magical handicrafts. The seal's design is a right-facing man, as opposed to the left-facing man on sharpness. Yeah, this is starting to look a little more familiar, and I'm pretty sure below me is the roof that will cave in on me. Because I remember that fog gate there. Now with our lovely lava bow... Whoa, camera! Holy crap! With our lovely lava bow, we should be able to take down at least one or two of these before we head down ourselves. Oh, come on. Perhaps manual aim would be the way to go. If I can aim down that far. Dang it, I can't. Alright, we'll do this the hard way. I even got to stomp on one. It wasn't intentional, but it was fun. Oh, okay, I think that was the shove right there. Because I noticed my shield dropped immediately, and I think the shove does in fact break your guard. Which is the other danger of it, besides sending you over cliffs. It can open you up for a nice stab. And I gotta say, I'm really quite surprised that the Depraved's daggers are not poisoned or something. That's really the sort of thing that this level would do, you'd think. You can kind of see it. It's not easy to make out in the darkness, but one of the things that I think makes the Valley of Defilement a particularly grody level is the constant pissing rain. Oh, hi there. Oh! They're coming out every which way. Something's really funny out in the main room. Anyway, the constant pissing rain, which is a very unhealthy color, and these polluted-looking waterfalls, that presumably are rain runoff, just contributes to the whole bleakness and nastiness of the whole affair, I think. Oh, can I hit you from here? Looks like I can. And your friend? Didn't make the kill there, but at least I took most of the mick out of him. Is he going to let me get another shot? Maybe if I head over to the other side, but I'll have to be careful because I do think this is where the trick floor is. Where are you, Brosif? You taking cover? I think you're taking cover, but maybe I can pop one of the guys with the spears there. I don't need to make this any harder on myself than I have to. Beautiful! Can I shoot through this tiny gap? I bet I can't, but I will try. My god, it actually works! I missed, but it's doable. I am genuinely shocked I was able to shoot through that tiny, tiny gap. But I will not complain. Now, going down the ladder here might actually be a little more dangerous than just falling, because I think they can carve you up while you're descending. Let's see if we can find the break. Oh! Speak of the devil. Oh, we found it without having to fall down. That's even better. And that would be the one that we harmed before, but didn't quite kill. Am I still hearing groans? Is there still anyone alive down there? We might have actually cleaned out the whole place, which would be wonderful. Not certain we'll be quite that lucky. After all, someone might still stand up who was playing dead previously. Oh. Oh! These guys can drop really good grass. I actually didn't know that. I wonder if it's really rare or if I just forgot. Either of those is perfectly plausible. And can also drop mediocre grass. Actually, worse than mediocre, it is the worst grass. But even still, as we've seen, it can be good for topping up when you're not in immediate danger. Oh boy, dead deer? Is that a dead cat? Yep, not a healthy place, this valley. If you hadn't already twigged to that. And I'll bet we've got some playing dead type folks right behind me. Few Royal Lotus. Come on, you. I bet you're not a real corpse. I hear what sounds like skittering, which makes me think this is where the plague rats are. Okay, there's definitely one depraved down there. But yeah, I think this is where we will find plague rats. And as the name implies, they are the enemies in this area that can inflict you with plague. They are the only ones that can do so, but there is a big cluster of them, so they can inflict it on it rather quickly if they start to stun lock you. And speaking of skittering, we actually have a couple of live bugs here. Delightful. I'm going to descend kind of gingerly here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm getting into. I think this is going to be where the rats are, but you've seen the general reliability of my memory, or lack thereof. Oh, well, we got a depraved buddy anyway. No salad, not like that. This is how. Lava Bill putting in the work today. It was a very good trade. Have we got ratses? I think if we had rats, they probably would have shown up by now, so this is probably not the place where they live. I am willing to bet we're going to have some depraved popping out of this trash pile. I don't remember this trash pile specifically, but that is the sort of thing they do. Yep. We got another. Chubby McShoves a lot. Just two? We good? We might be good. Faint stone. Can't remember if there's a lot of faint stone here or if that was just a one-off. I thought I saw a spear dude over. Yeah, there he is. I bet I can hit him from here. I bet I can. See if we can get 2 arrows into him quickly before he starts his run across the bridge. Sure can. Marvelous. Bless you, Lava Bow. You know what else we can snipe from here? Not that I can see. Got a shiny over there we can currently get to? I'm guessing no. No, certainly not now. Maybe we'll have an opportunity to work our way around to that later. Not real sure. Don't remember that clearly. Hello there. And yes, you just did see some giant blood-bloated ticks. Valley of Defilement, lovely place as ever. And spearing through a wall works nicely. We like that. Before I worry about these ticks, which I believe is progress, I'm going to scootle over this way a little bit, see if I can clear out some more enemies. Oh, you're a corpse. You're the one I shot. You a corpse? Well, maybe, maybe not. You gonna get up? Not yet, anyway. You gonna get up now that I'm near the treasure? No, you're not. Whoop! I heard a grumble. That's why. I thought you looked suspicious. Sketchy. Hey, Saint gear! And a stone of ephemeral eyes. Let's see, can we wear Saint's gear? Might be a nice little Fashion Souls change of pace for us. Oh, it's just for men. Oh well. White clothes of especially high-ranking saints worn when making appearances for proclamations or salvations while traveling. Strong fabric which has many layers of cloth bundled together. Is it all just for the dudes? If one part is, they probably all are. Yes. Okay. A pity. As you probably know if you have Souls experience, or if you've previously watched my videos on the subject, gender-locked armor is a thing only in Demons. None of the future games in the Soulsborne style have that. But I like Binded Cross very much, so that works out just fine for me. Binded Cross being what I'm wearing on my body right now, and a Just for Women sort of armor. Now, these ticks aren't exactly mobile, as you would expect from how blood-soaked they are. If you pop them, they will explode in a shower of goo, which is either poisonous or plague. Yeah, come to think of it, I'm not sure which one it is, so these might also be a plague enemy around here besides the rats. Not real sure, though. I will check my work after this session. Oh, and fire one-shots them. Would one-shot them if I shoot the big goop? Yeah, still will. Very nice. Now, I think these guys are good about dropping pulp stone or sucker stone. How do I get over there? A moment. I've been this way, right? Yeah, I sure have. Not sure where exactly I missed that, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I don't think there's any super duper treasure around here that I have to worry my head dramatically over. Yep, pulpstone. So if you need to farm that, ticks are probably your go-to. I think I hear skittering again. Skittering is a matter of some concern, because again, rats and their plague. Can't see far enough ahead to say for sure. And hey, we have a friend. Yeah, I think I remember her being very close to the rats, so we are coming up on them, I'm pretty damn sure. But first, let's make an introduction.
Won't you buy something? My poor child is hungry.
We'll think about it. Anywho, this is the Filthy Woman. We should really try and fix her up with Filthy Man. They'd have a lot in common. Like filth.
You don't deserve to die. So let me give you some advice. This place is buzzing with pests, fattened on a diet of souls. In order to protect yourself, you must keep a lotus with you. The price of survival can never be too high, can it?
Well, that's actually pretty straightforward advice. More so than you usually get from a Souls NPC. Lotuses are in fact good to have here, because there's poison all over the place, and plague in a few of them.
How many years has it been? That witch Estraya came to this valley with that squid-headed knight. Those ridiculous white robes of hers. I swear I caught her glaring at my son in disgust. Yes, it's true, she is as nasty as they come. And she's a demon to boot. Doesn't surprise me.
We've been hearing things about Estraya of the Valley of Defilement. Back in the Nexus, the priestly types seem to think very highly of her, and that the turning into a demon thing must be an awful rumor. But Filthy Woman here seems pretty certain that it has in fact happened. Doesn't think too highly of her either. A little bit of a high and mighty type looking down on her, it sounds like.
In order to protect the price...
Well, you don't have a hell of a lot to say, Filthy Woman, but that's okay. I always like friends. Widow's Lotuses are available here, if quite expensive. Black Turpentine. That is a good time. Turpentine is the thing that puts fire damage on your weapon, you will recall. Black Turpentine is the industrial strength version. It puts a lot of fire damage on your weapon, which in the Valley of Defilement can really cut a swath through things. I'm going to pick up a few. Matter of fact, I think I'll pick up as many as I can carry right now.
Finished already? My little one is a growing boy. Please be generous.
Not as many as I can carry, but as many as I can afford right now. It's 5,000 souls isn't that much in the grand scheme. Let's get her being cheap dialogue.
Please, but...
Nothing else, right?
And she's a deep...
Nope.
Curses, I wasted my breath on you. Did that witch send you to torment me?
Yeah, Filthy Woman is a cranky one. A little more unpleasant than Filthy Man, really. But then again, look at where she lives. Can you really blame her? Also, she keeps talking about her kid, but there's never any sign of a kid, like, anywhere around here. It makes me wonder if her child is dead and she hasn't even realized it yet, or if she's just hallucinating and has never had a child at all. These are just guesses on my part, mind you, but... Oh, hey, rats. Yeah, I thought they were around here. But it looks like I have a little bit of a vantage point. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Looks like they can creep up here. Well, at least that may let us take them slow. I don't have to deal with them all in one big whack. Oh, a little hard to hit with the spear, I see. Or with the anything. Oh god, immediate plague. There we go. Much better. They don't seem particularly good at chasing me up here. Let's see if we can snipe a few. That's how. That's how to be. That's one nice thing about them. While plague-infested, they are still simply rats, and as such, they squish easily. I think there's still one alive down here that I couldn't quite reach. Yep, there he is. Because he's hard to hit being so low to the ground, I'm just going to approach with the bow. Oh, a few more. But they seem to be a bit less aggressive than I remember. I can swear at some point or another I've gotten rushed by the little bastards. Well, maybe I ran into danger a little carelessly. That is something that I've been known to do after all. Lots of sirens tonight. Alright then, I think that is our rodent problem all squared away. Also, wow, I didn't know they could plague you in one bite. My plague resistance possibly is just really low. Oh, Splinter of Keystone. Those are always fun to find. Unlike Homeward Bones and Future Souls', they are not plentiful. Oh, one more note about this thing. About this area, I should say. It occurs to a lot of people who have faith-type setups to come down here and Wrath of God the rats. Which works as far as killing the rats is concerned. Unfortunately, it also tends to nuke the Filthy Woman. So that's probably not the way you want to go. What is your deal? You look like a lumberfuck. I bet that's what you are, is a lumberfuck. And if I recall correctly, there's a lumberfuck in this direction as well. Yes, that appears to be the case. So, lumberfucks, as I like to call them. Properly, they are called giant depraved. They may not look like much. Let me get a little bit zoomed in onto this one. They just look like depraved who are a little bit tall and have a big club. And that is what they are. But they are very deserving of respect. They are incredibly hard-hitting. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if, like the mushrooms in Dark Souls, they were the single strongest pure physical hit in the game. Can't say that for sure, but again, it would not... But it would not surprise me at all. In New Game Plus, they are pretty much guaranteed to one-shot you. Not so much in New Game, but you really don't want to get whacked by them if you can do anything to prevent it. As an indication of how much respect these guys command, it's a regular enemy that I will actually use warding on. get over here, you. Maybe I can put a couple arrows into you before you get across the bridge. No. Well, that's alright. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. What, did you forget about me already? Okay. Very good. Oh, also their move sets are very limited. They have an overhead club swing and a sidearm club swing, both of which can be handled pretty much the same way. You're just going to want to dodge left for either of them into the direction of their swing. Don't believe I can go over here yet. No, I have to kick that down. Oh, you're not actually a lumberfuck. You're a regular dude. Oh, and as to the name lumberfucks, I named them that because they lumber around, they carry big pieces of lumber, and they're fucks. You seem to be a little stuck on the terrain. Can I help you with that? I'm helping. What the shit was that? Some asshole up there dropping rocks on me? I really didn't remember that at all. I'm not sure if that's what that was. We're going to want to watch our backs, I guess. Of course, that's always a good idea here, with all the depraved liking to lie in wait, either playing dead or just concealing themselves well. We're just going to creep along lice and easy. Well, in a place like this, it probably is lice and easy. Speaking of lice, we've got a nice bug-infested corpse over here. Valley of Defilement. It's classy. Oh, Spearman. Oh, we got all kind of depraved up in this. Yeah, that's another thing that's just the way the VOD is. That is how they roll here. Depravity everywhere. You don't seem too inclined to come out there, so we're going to stab you through the wall. I'm going to try and stab you through the wall. Or you can come out and come after me, that's okay too. Alright, friendo, how about you? I suppose of all the areas in the game, this one makes more sense than most for you to be able to swing through or stab through a wall, rather, because everything's so damn rickety. Where was it that I shot that lizard, anyway? Hang on, I just want to get myself reoriented here. There's our lumberfuck buddy and all the dead rats. And there is... Ah, yes, that should be a plank I can push over. Alright, I think I've got roughly the idea. Got anyone else hiding in the heap here? No, probably a couple of those guys that came after me were hiding in the heap. Okay, this ascent looks kind of familiar to me. I get a bad feeling about it. I don't remember exactly why, though. I'm actually kind of wondering if there's a lumberfuck up here. In which case, I'll be pulling out a warning toot sweet. Well, for the moment, just ticks. And we can handle those quite easily. Also, wormy worms, leeches, fun stuff like that. Don't think they're interactive. No. And they cannot hurt you either. Hopefully I'm out of tick explosion range here. It appears to be so. Someone's making groany noises. There's someone around here. Oh, wormy worms all over the place. Over there on the far wall. It's just a wormy jamboree. Worm Country Jamboree was not one of Disney's more popular ventures. You're a lumberfuck, aren't you? No, you've got a spear. I think someone behind you might be. But we'll take care of you first. No sense in inviting multiple enemies. Well, that got some attention. Okay, I think the guy with the spear is the one in front. Okay, I think that's a fuck behind him. So we're gonna play it safe and ward ourselves up. And we'll attract some friendly attention. Okay, that actually did not aggro the fuck. So we'll try and put an arrow into him. Salad, get your aim straight here. That's more like it. Yep, that is a lumberfuck buddy. Not a fuck buddy. Salad ain't that hard up. God, I hope no one is ever that hard up. Good. Oh, one nice thing, one very rare nice thing about lumberfucks is that they can drop stones of ephemeral eyes. I think it's a fairly rare drop, but if you want to ever farm those, that's who should be on your hit list. More and more of these wormy worms. Oh, is that boss fog I see? I think that might be boss fog. More worms. Any depraved. Are you a real corpse? Corpse? Or a naughty corpse? Actually, I think corpse is an antiquated word for corpse. That no one really uses anymore. But was a thing in old-timey times. Did I ever find that lizard corpse? I don't think I did. Ah, hell with it. And I am pretty darn sure this is boss fog I'm looking at, so I will prep for that in a moment. But first, some full moon grass. You're not up and moving, are you? No. I'm really kind of surprised. That would be a very From Software kind of final fuck you before the boss fight. We'll put some space into us. We'll put slightly better grass on the bar. That said, this boss tends to be pretty straightforward and not a huge deal. Actually, I won't even be within his sights immediately on stepping through the boss fog, so I can get a look at him before I go putting my warding on and rushing him. Leechmonger. Delicious. I guess that would explain all the worms. Okay, there he is way down there. You know, we have to descend. He can't actually get at us at this point. Oh, nope, there he is. That big old wriggling mass there. We can actually cheese this boss by shooting him from here. The lava bow is lovely for that, although regular fire arrows will do in a pinch. He is extremely weak to fire, and bursting him down with arrows from up here is actually quite an easy thing to do in New Game. New Game Plus, it's a little tougher because he has lots of health, and once you start hurting him, he will actually start self-healing. And so you have to be able to do some pretty good long-range DPS in New Game Plus to actually damage him enough to out-heal him. As I start to move down, he will start chucking leech balls at me. I'm not sure exactly at what distance he does that, so I'm going to put my warding on. One other thought before I get down to business. Leechmonger. Wouldn't that be someone who sells leeches? Like a fishmonger? This guy ain't selling leeches, he's giving plenty of them away for free. Okay, totally protected. This guy is all about physical damage, by the way, so warding will be effective in all respects. Don't need to worry about magic breaking through or anything like that. Certainly no fire damage. He does not like the fire. And he's not hypocritical about it. I'm really surprised I haven't started drawing any leech balls from him yet. Oh, there we are! And I am now covered in leeches, which means I will be slowly losing health. So that sucks. But I am warded, so that's really not so bad. And they don't last super long, I think. So he just throws leech balls around, and he has occasional physical attacks, which are just big smashes of his leechy arms. When he kind of starts to inflate like that, he's about to swing. You just want to get out of the way, generally. But I think it's about time to fight. You know, when he winds up like that, he's about to attack. What we're going to do, though, is put on some black turpentine and show you just how weak this guy is to fire. Oop, we'll want to heal first. Oh, my goodness, I am going to get killed by Leechmonger. I actually got killed by Leechmonger. Well, the very unfortunate news here is we are all the way back at the Archstone, so I am going to have quite a bit of run back. I will rejoin you when I get back to the boss, or when something interesting happens. Oh, rats can drop splinters of keystone. I didn't realize that was where I got the one from before. Well, they'd be good to farm for those, I guess. Anyway, I guess I can stay tuned in at this point. We are almost done with the boss run-up. Whoa! What?
I have bad news. There's a rumor that the silent Chief Yurt has infiltrated Boletaria. Yurt's a mercenary. Oh, he'd kill his own kin for the right price. Now, I'm not a saint, but compared to Yurt, I'm as saintly as they come. So I implore you to stay away from Yurt, the assassin in black.
Well, you're a little late with that news, Patches. I came back to the Nexus to see Patches and replenish my supply of arrows, which I was going through rather quickly in 5.1, and discovered he has some new dialogue. Well, if we still weren't suspicious of Yurt after our last conversation with him, again, more evidence against him. Another worthy discovery. Heavy arrows from the lava bow can one-shot standard-sized depraved. They seem to fire a little more off-center than the previous arrows, though. Don't know if that's just me, or... seem to pull a little to the left. Still, one-shotting enemies with an arrow is quite satisfying. Okay, so that first effort. Getting killed by Leechmonger is pretty bad. Not getting killed by Adjudicator bad, that's never happened, but I have actually been killed by Leechmonger before. Only in New Game Plus. I think this is the only time I've ever died to him on the first loop, so that's pretty embarrassing. But I was kind of dicking around too much. I was talking about the fight, demonstrating bits of the fight, and that got me killed. As for that other thing that happened, that never happened. Alright, this time we're going in serious. Still not going to put on my warding immediately because there's a big rundown to him. But after I close the distance a little bit, we will go ahead and put on our protective cloak of magic. Okay, he's aware of my presence, I think. He's going to start throwing. But he can't hit me here, so this is probably as good a place as any to put on my warding. And while I'm at it, I might as well put on my black turpentine as well. Yeah, we'll put on the warding first. Get our weapon out, put on the turpentine. We are gonna go fuck us up a leech monster. Whoops, that was not the best way of doing it. Sucker Stone. We're wasting time. Actually, if we two-hand this, we'll really melt him down. So that is how fast you can kill Leechmonger with a black turpentine buff and a two-handed assault. And there's our Leechmonger trophy. I have avenged myself. The black turpentine even ran out partway through bursting him down, so if I had applied that a little later and not lost so much time, we would have really melted him. I'm pretty sure if you stack some of those magic buffs that I previously talked about and just made your magic as much of a killing machine as possible, I think you might be able to kill Leechmonger in one cast of Firestorm. I'll just go ahead and pick up the shitty treasure lying around the structure floor here. Anything else? Yep, we got another one over here. Probably more Crescent Moon. I called it. Anything over this way? Oh, that's not breakable. And over here is our Archstone. And we get the Wriggling Demon Soul. Well, it's been well over an hour, so I'm certainly going back to the Nexus at this point. $561. We just got 561 souls for absolutely nothing. I wonder what that could have been about. Oh. Oh. Yurt's been at it again. That's interesting. I don't think I ever noticed before that you get souls when you kill someone. Well, anytime something dies of fall damage or any other reason, you do get souls for it. Anywho, I think we've let this go on for long enough. Yurt, you're a buddy and a pal, but I think you have a problem and it's time for an intervention. And somehow I have a feeling I should get a warding and a good grass ready to go.
Hello, brave one. I was looking for you just now. I am Yurt, the Silent Chief. I am an assassin. My work in Boletaria is almost complete. I have murdered every surviving human. Except for one.
And out comes the Shotel. What is it with shady people and Shotels in the Souls series? I guess you could call this guy sort of a prototype of Lautrec. Similar guy in fun, funky armor, wielding a Shotel and trying to kill people. That, I believe, is a parrying dagger in his other hand, and I believe he can parry and riposte, which we don't want him doing. And we do have to be careful because that Shotel, just like any Shotel in any Souls game, can go around shields with his strong attack. We are, in fact, taking damage around the shield, even though we have a 100% physical block. So, yep, that is the Shotel magic in action.
Why you? Mephistopheles was right about you.
Mephistopheles? Well, surely that can't mean anything. And we get to jack his shit. Gonna need to put on that strength ring to pick up the remainder, but we can do that, there are no enemies about. And Yurt's gear is the Gloom Armor. Let's take a look. Black iron armor with the name Gloom, equipment of Yurt, the Silent Chief. A portion of the complete armor set which has an extremely high level of adhesion. The user's heat is taken away by the black iron, and while shivering, breathes out cold air. As it is heavy, stamina regeneration is slightly slowed. So it does have the usual drawbacks of heavy armor, but you can see from all the blue there that its protection is also a big improvement. So, Yurt. That whole every surviving human you killed, except for one, I don't think you can count. I don't think you can, in fact, determine what is a live person and a dead person, which is kind of a problem for an assassin. Because, from where I stand, it seems like there's kind of a lot of live people left. You only killed off two very minor individuals. Not to downplay their deaths, but they do not provide services to us. So if two people had to die, they're the folks to do it. At any rate, I think that's enough for today. Had a little bit of stupid trouble there in Valley of Defilement Part 1, but in the end we made it. Next time, maybe we'll kick off with the Latria thing. And then we can move on to 5-2. And before then, off camera, I'll go and suicide in Stonefang and take care of all that housekeeping type stuff, so we won't have to worry about it next time. Oh, one other thing I should mention before I go. At the time that this video is posted, I will be in the final push to the big move, and my desktop and my mic and such will actually probably be all packed up and already on the way to Pennsylvania. I will try to keep things rolling in the meantime, but I may miss a week or two. I'll try not to, but yeah, we might have a little bit of an outage. I will keep it to a minimum. And next time I see you, it will be from the Keystone State, way back east. Wish me luck. In any case, folks, as always, I thank you very much for watching. It's a pleasure having you along, even when I play like an idiot. And I hope I will see you again next time for more investigations of the OG Grody level. Until then, this is signing off. Today's You Saw Nothing has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, Dodecalope, Patrick Bellinger, Jerogue, Martin Schowenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Hot Mayo Sandwich, Dan Larson, K. Ivan Rupert, Tiny Shopkeeper, Charlie Dunst, Kikoskia, Kobo4231, Alex Beyer, Yuka Takeuchi Fan, Chaotic Narrative, Mystery Accent, Lakota, Meiyan Ling, Renaman, Fate Everywhere, Rio, TJA, and other facepalming patrons. Thank you now and always for your very kind support. It's doing a lot to take the edge off the moving expenses, and really it's an honor knowing you enjoy my videos enough to fill the tip jar. Subscribers, commenters, and all of viewerland, I haven't forgotten about you. Friends are companions on a journey, who ought to aid each other to persevere on the road to a happier life, said Pythagoras. I'm always glad when I can brighten your day a little, as you so often do for me. Take care and be well, everyone, and as soon as I can, I'll be rejoining you from the Keystone State. See you then.